Good morning, students. We're going to start our day off with some reading, and specifically we're going to be working on reading fluency. Let's start off by looking at our fluency grid. So, reading fluency, the ability to read accurately, quickly, with proper expression and with appropriate phrasing. So, repeat after me. Accuracy, rate, expression, and phrasing. Today we will be working on accuracy and rate. Can anyone read the bullets under accuracy for me? Yes, thank you. Accuracy is reading the words correctly, correct with no mistakes, or correct mistakes and use strategies for unknown words. Thank you. Now, who can read what rate is? Thank you. Rate is being not too fast or too slow, and then third grade reads about 80 to 120 words per minute throughout the year. It is very important that when we read all of the words correctly and at a good speed. We do not want to read too slow, but we do not want to read so fast that no one can understand. I want you guys to listen. I'm going to say a sentence 3 times, and you guys tell me which way sounds better. The dog ran up the hill. The dog ran up the hill. Or the dog ran up the hill. So which sentence sounds better? 1, 2, or 3? 3. Yes, the third sentence I read at a good rate. I wasn't too fast or slow, and you could understand what I was reading. Now listen, today we are going to be partner reading a book. But first, I would like you guys to practice with a partner reading this sentence. The cow jumped over the moon. I want you guys to practice reading it 3 times. The first time, too slow. The second time, too fast. And the third time, just right, with accuracy and a good rate. Okay, so the cow jumped over the moon. The cow jumped over the moon. The cow jumped over the moon. All right, now we're going to do it all together. We're going to read that sentence with good accuracy and rate. So, all together. The cow jumped over the moon. Good job, class. Okay, so your partners are going to be, at this point I would read all of the partners out loud and have people work together. We are going to be reading Pete the Cat, Firefighter Pete. Before we start reading, I want to share with you some words that might look new or be difficult for us to recognize, or we might not know what they are exactly. So repeat after me. Firefighter. Firefighter. Can anyone tell me what a firefighter is? Does anybody know? Well, a firefighter is a person who fights fires in the community. That's their job. They fight fires. So if there's ever a fire at the school, firefighters would come here. Or if there was ever a fire in the community, they would go to the rescue. Okay, repeat after me. Equipment. Can anybody tell me what equipment is? Equipment is the specific items used for a particular purpose. Can anyone tell me what they might think firefighter equipment is? What are some things that firefighters wear or use? A helmet? Yeah. Or what else? A jacket? A hose? A ladder? Boots? A fire truck? Fire extinguishers, maybe? Glasses? Protective glasses? Alright. Now, the last word, repeat after me, engine. Can anyone tell me what an engine is? It is part of a vehicle, something that keeps the vehicle running, or it can also be defined as a vehicle carrying firefighters and equipment for fighting larger fires, meaning fire engine, or a fire truck. Sometimes they call it an engine because it's a really big truck. Okay, so today when we partner read, we are going to take turns reading the book. Who's going to be student 1? Raise your hand if you're student 1. Okay, you guys will read the whole book out loud first. And then student 2, whoever's left, will read along in their head or quietly to themselves. If student 1 says a word wrong, student 2 will politely stop them and have them read the word again. Student 2 will also make sure that student 1 is reading at a good rate, meaning they're not too slow or not too fast. And if you ever have questions, we can always come back and look at our fluency grid at what rate is and accuracy. So, we're going to politely let a student know if they are reading too fast or slow. You guys are kind of like each other's coaches. Student 2 will say stop. This is what the word is, or stop. Can you please read a little faster? Please read a little slower. But we are being polite. So, for example, if Jimmy is reading and he's reading this sentence, the dog ran up the hill, and he's going, the dog ran up the hill, I would say, Jimmy, can you please read that a little bit quicker? And then if he went too fast, I would say, Jimmy, please, can you read that a little slower? Or if he was reading this sentence and I said, the car jumped over the, I would say, stop. Can you reread the sentence? That is a cow, not car. The cow jumped over the moon. And then you can say, good job, if they got it right the next time. Okay. Now, when student 1 gets done reading the book all the way through once, then you guys are going to switch, and then student 2 will read the book while student 1 is the coach, and they are also reading it quietly to themselves. Okay, so let's review one more time. What do we say if a student is reading too slow or fast? What do you say? Please speed up, good job, or please slow down, good job. If a student mispronounces a word, you say sorry or stop. Will you repeat that word? It is supposed to be said blank. All right, now you guys will be reading, and I will walk around listening to everybody, and I might stop and listen to you guys read, but just keep on reading and coaches keep on coaching. And if there's a problem, we can talk it out together. So during this part of the lesson, I'll be walking around and I'll remind to make sure while we are reading to keep track of words that hey students, one more announcement. Make sure while we are reading to keep track of words that your partner struggled with. Remember, it is okay to struggle with a word and it is okay to struggle with reading because right now we are practicing and learning reading fluency. So don't be concerned if your partner tells you to read faster or read slower because we are all learning together. And then during this, I will walk around and I will take notes on how students are reading, and if I hear a lot of incorrect words from a specific student, I might pull them over to work with me, or pull the group over to work with me. After reading, I will have students put their books away after they write down words they struggled with while reading, and then they'll give those to me. As a class, we'll go over those words and practice reading them accurately. I will say, now we are going to read these words after I write them on the board. Repeat after me. Engine, fire truck, equipment, was, like, have. And then I'll say, good job everyone. Today I heard everyone reading with both good rate and accuracy. Remember that rate and accuracy are building blocks for reading fluency. If you ever forget, they're on our fluency grid. We read fluently so that we can learn how to read without thinking about what a word says. Once we are able to read fluently, we can start to better understand what we are reading, or we can comprehend. Alright, now I would like you guys to get out your silent reading books, and we're going to silent read for the next 5 minutes until recess.